Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are at the crossroads of Sabka Saath for all versus appeasement for some. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has positioned himself as the crusader for the poor regardless of their caste, creed or religion. But on the other hand, his opponents pander in appeasement in the garb of championing secularism. The question today is, while the India partners call Prime Minister Narendra Modi a divisive figure, they are the ones who boycott Ram Mandir's Pran Pratishtha. While they accuse the Prime Minister of doing Hindu-Muslim, it is Akhilesh Yadav who goes to Ayodhya district but draws a border at the Ram Mandir. That's right. We went to Ayodhya but didn't visit the Ram Mandir. Is it because he's so secular? In fact, in 2013, UPA's Minority Affairs Minister K. Rahman Khan said that Indian Muslims believe that Indian Mujahideen doesn't exist, a terror organization which butchered people in the name of religion. In 2011, Congress even tried to introduce communal violence bill which sought to divide people into majorities and minorities but was withdrawn after massive outrage. And in 1985, the Rajiv Gandhi government overturned the Supreme Court verdict in the Shah Bano case, and in 1991, Congress championed the passage of the Places of Worship Act, which is today a matter in courts. But today, Prime Minister Modi has lashed out at the appeasement hypocrisy of the Congress party. Listen in to this scathing attack by the Prime Minister.
क्या इस देश का बजट हिंदू बजट, मुस्लिम बजट ऐसा हो सकता है क्या? हिंदू के लिए इतना, मुसलमान के लिए इतना हो सकता है क्या? ये पाप कांग्रेस पार्टी कर रही थी और मुझे याद है तब मैं गुजरात का मुख्यमंत्री था, मैंने इसका सबसे पहले विरोध किया था। कांग्रेस और इंडिया अलायंस अगर सत्ता में आए तो ये ही करने वाले हैं।
So has the Prime Minister walked the Sabka Saath talk? Sample tonight's fact check. In 2023, under Modi Sarkar, access to electricity for the poorest 20% of Muslims improved by 71%. Access to bank accounts for the poorest 20% of Muslims improved by 77%. Access to mobile phones for the poorest 20% of Muslims improved by 35%. Access to toilets for the poorest 20% of Muslims improved by 53%. And yet, this is communal. And the opposition continues to target the Prime Minister for differentiating between Hindus and Muslims. Listen in.
एक चुनाव लड़ लें बेरोजगारी और महंगाई पे, एक चुनाव लड़ लें जनता की समस्याओं पे, बगैर इन बातों के एक चुनाव लड़के देखे हार जाएंगे। कुछ किया नहीं है जनता के लिए, इसीलिए ये सारी बातें उठ रही हैं। धर्म की बात चुनाव के समय, ये क्या बात हुई?
गालियां तो भरपूर देते हमको, जितना कांग्रेस को गालियां देते मैं समझता हूँ राम का नाम भी उन्होंने उतना नहीं लिया होगा जितना हमारे को गालियां देने में कांग्रेस पार्टी को।
कोई लहर नहीं, सिर्फ जहर है, उनकी भाषा में जहर है, सांप्रदायिक जहर फैला रहे हैं, झूठ की महामारी फैला रहे हैं, ये बार बार ये धर्म के लेकर मुद्दा उठाते हैं।
And it's not as if the Prime Minister hasn't been asked this question. In fact, when I interviewed the Prime Minister about 10 days ago, I had also asked him, why does the opposition tag him as somebody who's anti-Muslim? This is what he said to me.
तो इसके बदले में जब लोग कहते हैं कि आप मुसलमान विरोधी हैं, वो कहते हैं कि मुसलमानों को इस देश में डराया जाता है, मोदी इनके खिलाफ हैं, हिंदू मुसलमान करते हैं जब चुनाव होता है।
जब अटल जी की सरकार थी तब भी हमारे मैनिफेस्टो में रहता था राम मंदिर, तब भी रहता था 370, तब भी रहता था यूसीसी। मोदी की सरकार है, अब जो काम हो गया वो नहीं रहता है, जो बाकी होगा वो रहता है। जहां तक हमारा सवाल है, ये सिद्ध करें कि भाई ये हमारा, जैसे मैं कहता हूं भाई सैचुरेशन मुझे करना है, सरकारी योजनाओं का सैचुरेशन। मतलब गांव में 50 लोग हैं जिनको घर मिलना चाहिए, मतलब 50 को मिलना चाहिए, 49 को नहीं। मतलब उसमें सब समाज आ जाएंगे, सब धर्म आ जाएंगे। आप जब 100% की बात करते हैं तो सामाजिक न्याय की ये गारंटी है, सेकुलरिज्म की गारंटी है। मोदी हर काम उस प्रकार से करता है कि भाई सबको सब मिले, इसके लिए करो।
Interestingly, while Akhilesh shied away from seeking the blessings of Lord Ram, even though he was in Ayodhya district, Assam Chief Minister declared that if the BJP attains 400 par, Kashi Mathura will be on their agenda. Watch the two contrasting angles.
आज आप हैदराबाद जा रहे हैं, अभी बाराबंकी के बॉर्डर पे जा रहे हैं।
अगर 300 सीट में राम मंदिर का प्रतिष्ठा हुआ तो 400 सीट में कृष्ण जन्मभूमि भी बनेगा कि नहीं बनेगा? औरंगजेब ने कृष्ण जन्मभूमि में शाही ईदगाह बना के गया था। आज अभी समय आया कि नहीं, ईदगाह का जगह में वहां में भी भव्य मंदिर बनाने का समय आया है कि नहीं? तो कांग्रेसी लोग सुन लो, 300 में मोदी जी राम मंदिर बनाया है, 400 में मोदी जी कृष्ण जन्मभूमि भी बनाएगा और ज्ञान व्यापी मस्जिद का जगह में मंदिर भी बनेगा।
So, ladies and gentlemen, the legitimate question that we are asking on the news hour tonight: can Vipaksh's appeasement win Vishwas? That's the question, and that's the debate coming up on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Joining me on the debate tonight, Gaurav Bhatia, national spokesperson of the BJP. Also joining me this evening, Ishkaran Bhandari, advocate in the Supreme Court, political analyst. Ratan Sharda, author, political analyst. Joining me tonight is also Congress leader Kamruzaman Chaudhary. Also joining the show tonight, Dr. Shoaib Jamai from the AIMIM. But my first question goes to Ameek Jamai, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. I want to ask you, Ameek Jamai, tonight. The allegation on Prime Minister Narendra Modi is कि वो हिंदू मुसलमान करते हैं. I want to ask you, who did vote jihad as a terminology in this election? I believe it was a leader of the Samajwadi Party. And I want to ask you, giving electricity to everybody, giving Ujjwala gas to everybody, giving Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana to everybody, is this communal? And going to Ayodhya but not crossing the border to the Ram Mandir, is this secularism? What is the definition of secularism? Refusing to attend the Pran Pratishtha and freely available to join iftar parties? Is this how secularism is defined tonight?
देखिए नाविका जी, अखिलेश यादव जी का सिर्फ ये कहना है कि प्रधानमंत्री जी दुनिया के सबसे बड़े लोकतंत्र के प्रधानमंत्री हैं और वो एक ऐसी नज़ीर हैं कि उन्हें भारत में एक मॉडल सेट करना चाहिए, चाहे वो बातचीत का हो, चाहे वो बातचीत की तमीज़ का हो और अंदाज का हो। हमारा सिर्फ ये कहना है कि जब इलेक्शन का पीरियड होता है तो अखिलेश जी की हमेशा कोशिश होती है कि देश के लिए जो मुद्दे मैटर करते हैं, रोजी रोटी का सवाल, बेरोजगारी का सवाल, गरीबी का, बेकारी का, मायूसी का, उदासी का जो सवाल है उस पर चर्चा हो और प्रधानमंत्री को देश को एक विजन देना चाहिए। ठीक है, आप तीसरी बार बनना चाहते हैं, हमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, लेकिन आप बताओ कि देश के लिए आपने क्या किया और देश के लिए आपका विजन क्या है। तो इसमें गलत क्या बात है बताइए। अगर अखिलेश जी और राहुल जी पूछ रहे हैं तो ये कह रहे हैं आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी हमारे देश को एक पैरामोडियल एरा में ले जाने की हमेशा बात करते हैं। हम राजनीति में डिस्कस रिलीजन नहीं करते हैं नाविका मैम। अखिलेश यादव जी, हम लोग पब्लिक लाइफ में रिलीजन डिस्कस नहीं करना चाहते हैं। ये सबका निजी मामला है, भगवान से, ईश्वर से, खुदा से, वाहे गुरु से, कि कौन इसको कैसे मानता है, कौन किसका कब बुलावा आएगा। लेकिन ये जो चुनाव है, चुनाव ऐसा चुनाव है कि जब पूरा देश इस वक्त 80% के लोग हमारे देश में राशनों की लाइन में प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने खड़ा किया हुआ है। देश का जो हमारा स्वदेशी आरएसएस, सोचिए कि चैंपियन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन था स्वदेशी का, आज आरएसएस का स्वदेशी का चैप्टर खत्म हो गया, क्योंकि हमारे देश में जो एमएसएमई था, जो छोटे हमारे उद्योग थे, वो सब खत्म हो गए। हम पूछ रहे हैं कि प्राइम मिनिस्टर से कि आप काशी से आपको देश का प्राइम मिनिस्टर बना के भेजा गया, आपने इस देश के 80 करोड़ लोगों के बारे में नहीं सोचा। आपने चंद पूंजीपतियों के लिए 20 घंटे रोजाना जाग के काम करने का काम किया। आपने किसानों को एमएसपी नहीं दिया, आपने 2 करोड़ नौकरी नहीं दी, आपने मकान दिया जिसको हम इंदिरा आवास योजना के नाम से पहले जानते थे। आपने ठीक अच्छा किया कि प्राइम मिनिस्टर का नाम से हो गया, लेकिन आप हर घर पे जहां आप जिसको मकान दे रहे हैं, प्रधानमंत्री जी की फोटो विराजमान है। नाविका मैम, ये गरीब लोग भी जो होते हैं ना, जो भेगर होते हैं, उनकी भी इज्जत होती है, उनकी भी एक रेपुटेशन होती है। आप फोटो लगा के ये बताना चाहते हैं कि तुम कितने हकीर और कितने थर्ड क्लास लोग हो कि प्रधानमंत्री तुम्हें घर दे रहा है। इंदिरा आवास में पहले गांव में एक बोर्ड लगा होता था, इंदिरा आवास कॉलोनी।
अमित जमाई जी, शायद आपकी याददाश्त थोड़ी कमजोर है। वो लैपटॉप जो बांटे गए थे उसमें तो कोई तस्वीरें नहीं लगी थी ना उत्तर प्रदेश में। मुझे लगता है आप नए आए हैं पॉलिटिक्स में। प्रॉब्लम आपकी है, सामना मुझ जैसे लोगों के साथ हो जाता है जो 30 साल से यही काम कर रहे हैं, पत्रकारिता। हमें याद है लैपटॉप पर किसकी तस्वीरें लगी थी। नहीं, अगर आप कहीं के प्रधानमंत्री तस्वीरें लगाते हैं, वो मुद्दों की बात नहीं करते हैं, तो नहीं, आप लोग आपने जवाब नहीं दिया। व्हाई डिड योर लीडर यूज द टर्मिनोलॉजी ऑफ वोट जिहाद? इस पर आप जवाब नहीं देंगे क्योंकि वो और एंड व्हाट डिड शी से? शी सेड आप लोग वो यहाँ जो बीजेपी के प्रत्याशी हैं उनके वहां गए थे, तो ऑल द मुस्लिम कम्युनिटी शुड ऑस्ट्रसाइज सच पीपल हु आर सपोर्टिंग द बीजेपी। That is extremely secular, progressive thoughts, I must say, that the Samajwadi Party has expressed. But Gaurav Bhatia, समाजवादी पार्टी इतनी अच्छी पार्टी है, इतनी अच्छी बातें करती है, लोगों के मुद्दे उठाती है। बीजेपी only does Hindu Muslim. Please respond.
Navika ji, very proudly I will say that on 4th of June, the people of the country will bless Shri Narendra Modi ji and he'll again become the Prime Minister of the country for the 3rd time. And I have no qualms in saying that Narendra Modi ji is the best thing that could have happened to Bharat, because this appeasement politics had to end and the politics of development, of ensuring equality for every citizen had to start. And let me tell you first by citing from the Congress manifesto how they divide society, they spew venom, they have hatred filled for the Hindus. Because if you look at the Congress manifesto, it says बहुसंख्यकवाद के लिए कोई जगह नहीं है. So Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Vadra Gandhi, I challenge you to first explain, when you say बहुसंख्यकवाद, बहुसंख्यक हिंदूज हैं इस देश में, why do you say there is no place? Is it not to appease? And would you have the courage to then say that minority community or Muslim appeasement has no place in the country? No, you will not have. Second objection to their manifesto is, Navika, our constitution very categorically states that there cannot be reservation on the basis of religion. Now, be it the Samajwadi Party led by Maulana Akhilesh or the Congress Party, they talk about reservation on the basis of religion, which is against the spirit of the constitution itself. That is the second objection which the citizenry of the country has, and Narendra Modi ji is raising.
अखिलेश यादव जी प्राइम मिनिस्टर नहीं है.
The Congress manifesto also says, बीच में ना बोले. Navika, I did not interrupt him. He is being very uncivilized and I don't like it.
नाविका मैम इनको बताइए, अखिलेश यादव जी प्राइम मिनिस्टर नहीं, अभी बने नहीं है प्राइम मिनिस्टर.
आप चुप रहिए, आप अपने मुंह
All
का
right,
बवासीर
all
बंद
right,
करिए।
all right.
नाविका, प्लीज आस्क हिम टू बी क्वाइट। ठीक है।
Yeah, all right.
Now,
Please, I'll
Navika,
give you
the
time to
third
counter
point, which is
Ameek
very
Jamai.
important.
पहले सुन लीजिए।
Now, Navika, very importantly, the third point is Congress manifesto also states that personal laws will be strengthened. Narendra Modi ji says that ये देश संविधान से चलेगा, शरिया से नहीं. That means the Gamandia group wants triple talaq to come back. Halala for them is constitutional. Polygamy is constitutional. And to Samajwadi Party, my counter is, आप कह रहे हैं नरेंद्र मोदी जी अगर प्रधानमंत्री बनते हैं आपको दिक्कत नहीं है। अरे आपको दिक्कत हो तो भी कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, क्योंकि जनता को आपसे दिक्कत है। और क्यों है मैं बताता हूं। राम गोपाल यादव डजंट लाइक द लेआउट ऑफ द राम मंदिर। ही सेज नक्शा खराब है भव्य राम मंदिर का। करोड़ों करोड़ों हिंदुओं की भावनाओं को आहत किया है। राम गोपाल यादव में अगर हिम्मत हो तो एक बार बोले जामा मस्जिद का नक्शा खराब है, देख लेंगे। दूसरी बात नाविका, ऑन रामनवमी राम गोपाल यादव अगेन सेड पाखंडी पूजा करते हैं। तो ये जो नमाज पढ़ी जाती थी रोड पे समाजवादी पार्टी की सरकार में, उनको कभी बोला कि वो पाखंडी है? नहीं बोला। और तीसरा, वोट जिहाद। टू द समाजवादी पार्टी स्पोक्सपर्सन, ही इज नॉट इवन अवेयर। Akhilesh Yadav was asked that your candidate or your leader is uttering the word vote jihad. You know what he said? He did not reprimand her. He only said जोश में बोल दिया होगा। नाविका जी, जोश में बोल दिया होगा वोट जिहाद। 80% of the population, the majority Hindu population, if they start thinking like these people, what would happen to them? But the beauty of the country is the population of the country votes on merits. They like the work done by Narendra Modi ji. He has corrected historical blunders of the Congress party like Article 370, implementing UCC. And these people don't even whisper when we talk about UCC implementation, which is Article 44 of the Constitution. Article 370 of the Constitution, they would not utter a word. Why? Because they indulge in blatant appeasement politics, and that has been rejected by the people of the country.
Well, Kamru Zaman Chaudhary, let me come to the manifesto of the Congress party, and it has been stated that it talks about minorities, it talks about even contracts to minorities in government related public sector. Now, contracts should be given on the basis of price considerations, technical considerations, or should it be given on the basis of reservation for religion? Should scholarships be given to minorities? Great. But why minorities should only be Muslims? Why not Sikhs? Why not Jains? Is a question that the Congress party will have to answer. And these questions are important because you will not call this as communal. This is secular. But actually affronting the faith of the Hindus, that is extremely secular. Pran Pratishtha you will boycott, that is extremely secular. You will call the Ram Setu as imaginary based on somebody's imagination, that affidavit in court, that will be completely secular. Asaduddin Owaisi will call, even after the verdict of the Supreme Court, will call it the Babri Masjid Shaheed ho gayi. All this is extremely secular. What is Hindu-Muslim? It is the statement of the Prime Minister that I work for schemes getting saturated to the last person standing in the line without finding out their religion. How is that communal? Can you please explain tonight?
How idealistic you said the last statement of our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And I wish if we had a Prime Minister like this, such a wonderful orator, such a wonderful perception that he creates among the people, but only if his thoughts were equal to his actions. You know, when you speak about the Congress manifesto, let me challenge anybody on this panel. Just cite me one word where it is written Muslims. If the minorities of the country are equally Muslim, Sikhs, Parsis, Christians, Jains, then each and every one of them will have a share in whatever policies the government frames towards the economic upliftment or targeted development of the minorities. Now, I'll cite you one small example that Gauravji brought out here, the OBC reservation out here. When the OBC reservation was brought in the country, it was necessarily felt that a lot of people in this country have been oppressed over centuries out here. Some of them have changed their religion. Like, let me cite the example of the Dhobi caste. Dhobi caste, who are Hindus, are category, while Dhobi caste in the Muslims are listed in the OBC category. So what's wrong in this? Here also there is a discrimination. But I don't find any difference, because if our policy framers have felt it necessary that they should not be into the scheduled caste, then it's okay, fine. But what's wrong in getting targeted development for the minorities? The moment you call 2019, I feel 2019 was all about autocracy. 2024 is going to be all about majoritarianism and about bigotry. That I am not saying, because you have completed the political annihilation of the Muslims in India. You have not even found suitable candidates in 543 candidates, except for one, that is also a Muslim dominated seat in Kerala. You could not find a candidate, suitable candidate. Even 4 proposals that went to Varanasi to file the nomination along with Modi ji, or despite 2.5 lakhs Muslim population in Varanasi, you could not find one Muslim proposer. And now you are coming and saying, ये तो अभी तक तो मेरा appetizer था, आने वाला तो अभी तो main course बाकी है.
Kamruzaman Chaudhary, the Congress party is the last party that should be talking about this. Your senior leader in Maharashtra, Mr. Naseem, actually quit the Congress, stopped campaigning because he was not given a ticket and somebody else was given from a different community. मुसलमानों को तो आपने टिकट नहीं दिया, अपने सवाल नहीं पूछेंगे आप. But Gaurav Bhatia, the question is at you. Please respond.
Navika, before you just.
Yes. Navika, I would like to respond to Mr. Chaudhary. I'm sure that Mr. Chaudhary will hear this very attentively.
To defend what the Congress party's actions are. But whatever I'm seeing, I'm telling you in front of the camera. The point here is that success in governments in Assam.
That's the problem. You don't see. You don't see what you should be seeing, and it is happening in the Congress party, which you are batting for. You talked about the manifesto. The minute I hit a ball which takes a middle stump off, you suddenly say you're not a spokesperson of the Congress party. So that is the weakest defense, because the umpire has declared you bowled out Kamruzaman Chaudhary. But Gaurav Bhatia, please respond.
Yes. Navika, I'll take some time. Mr. Chaudhary, my friend, will hear me out. He made a challenge. Now, I am aggrieved as a Hindu, as a majority member of the community, that your manifesto says बहुसंख्यकवाद के लिए कोई जगह नहीं है. Majoritarianism has no place in India. Why do you have to write that? I do not understand. अगर हिंदूज का नहीं है भारत, तो किसका है? या हम लोग पाकिस्तान जाए आपके हिसाब से? That is because of appeasement politics. Point number 1. Now listen to me. I know you don't have to right now. First you listen to me and then you explain. Second, you were talking about Narendra Modi ji. I'll give you some numbers. You know the Shah Bano case? Infamously, Rajiv Gandhi brought a legislation to nullify the judgment of the Supreme Court, which had ordered maintenance for a 65-year-old Muslim woman. But Shaira Bano case is a prime example of how Narendra Modi ji empowered even the Muslim women, and triple talaq was made an offense. Second, the 4 crore Muslim youths have got scholarships in the last 5 years of Narendra Modi ji government. This is, I'm talking about Muslim youth. Okay, third, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, 33% beneficiaries are Muslim. Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi, 36% are Muslim beneficiaries. Mudra Yojana, 37%. Ujjwala, 36%. Now, when you talk about electoral representation, Rajya Sabha MP Ghulam Ali, he's been sent to the Rajya Sabha by the BJP. And let me tell you, Fatima Biwi, she has been conferred with Padma Vibhushan. And Ustad Bismillah Khan, he was conferred Bharat Ratna by the Bharatiya Janata Party. Supreme Court judges, Justice Abdul Nazir, Justice Ehsanuddin Amanullah, and Governor Muhammad Arif Khan. So this is about representation. But I want to ask you, why did you bring Waqf Act, which is an exercise of legislation indulging in appeasement in 1991, Places of Worship Act, 1995 Waqf Act,
Absolutely.
Places of Worship Act in 1991,
when the fruits of development are distributed without checking the religion, isn't that the real model of development and vikas that we should be looking at, rather than looking at the skewed model that is being presented by the opposition? And Ratan Sharda, my question to you is very precise. Why will they, when they say Narendra Modi Hindu Muslim karta hai, why do not they see मुद्रा में कितने पैसे मिलते हैं मुस्लिम्स को? Why don't they see उज्ज्वला में कितने मिलते हैं, आवास योजना में कितने मिलते हैं? Why don't they see the electricity that goes into the homes of the Muslims and how much their life has been improved? Why do they think that iftar parties are secular, but Pran Pratishtha of Ram Lala in Ayodhya is communal?
Navika, unfortunately, the opposition is still stuck in the politics of 1980s. They still believe that talking about Muslims and downgrading Hindus and also trying to call anybody who talks about Hindus as communal is the fashion, and this is the way to get vote bank and votes from minorities. Minorities equal to Muslims is a statement made by Mr. Manmohan Singh, and you can't deny it. It is on TV, it is on record. So to say that, oh, we are talking about minority, not of Muslims, I'm sorry. Congress stance is always very clear: who is Muslim, who is Christian. And see, their obsession with Modi ji is not new. Obsession with Modi ji started the very day Modi ji became chief minister. From that day onwards, they have been demonizing him, despite Supreme Court ruling, despite SIT under Supreme Court, despite Amit Shah being demonized, all of them proven non-guilty. There is a gentleman 2 days back who said that when we come to power, we will see to it that courts are improved and we will have a new inquiry to show that actually Modi ji was part of this 2002 riots. This is the way they think. And they cannot digest that all these policies that benefit Muslims, because they are in negation, they are in denial, because that way they lose the votes. Such a committee which they have been tom-tomming about, there is a worst condemnation of this secular politics, because after 70 years of secular politics, such a report was presented which shows that Muslims are the most backward community. Who made them? This very secular politics. And what did they do? They slept over such a committee. They did caste census in Karnataka, slept over it. They had caste figures of 2011 with UPA, they slept over it. Because basically they want to play with politics, they want to play with religious beliefs of the minority, not their economic well-being. That's on record. Everybody knows it. So why would they accept that under Modi ji, Muslims got more than their population share, while they talk of jitni abadi utna haq, Muslims got more than their haq as per abadi, but they will not accept it. They will try to divide the society on caste lines, religious lines. That has been the continuous harping. If you see any case, you have got Muslims getting special salaries under AAP, under Congress, under Bengal. They have been suffering money of temples in Tamil Nadu, in Malayalam, in Kerala. They will not speak about it, because that is how they make money and that is how they misuse the money of Hindus. And when Hindus speak up, when Modi says something that I will not treat any Muslim or Hindu separately, remember Gujarat, he every time was asked question, he said, I will not speak of what happened for Muslims, I do everything for Gujaratis. Now he says everything for Indians. What is their pain? Their pain is that the number of Muslim women who are voting for BJP is increasing tremendously. Muslims vote are going. I just went to this road show in Mumbai today, and there were large number of Muslim men and women. This is something they can't digest, because their entire politics, and SP talking of, he says, क्योंकि वो प्राइम मिनिस्टर नहीं है तो अखिलेश कुछ भी कर सकते हैं. अखिलेश लैपटॉप के ऊपर फोटो भी छाप सकते हैं. अखिलेश जी का आजम बोल सकता है कि भारत माता डायन है तो भी उनका अंकल है, वो सब चलेगा, क्योंकि वो प्राइम मिनिस्टर नहीं है. तो अब प्राइम मिनिस्टर बनने का क्या करोगे, ये बताइए मुझे.
Absolutely, and let me get in
क्या
Shoaib
रतन
Jamai.
शारदा
Shoaib
झूठों
Jamai.
का पुलिंदा लेकर
ओवैसी
बैठते
साहब तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट के वर्डिक्ट को भी नहीं मानते थे.
पुलिंदा लेकर
उन्होंने
बैठते
कहा
रतन शारदा.
the verdict is of the Supreme Court, but it may be supreme, but it is not infallible. So Shoaib Jamai, I want to ask you, is that secularism? When the court has given a verdict and you don't accept it, is that secularism? When Naksha of the Ram Mandir is criticized by the Samajwadi Party, is that secularism? I want to ask you, what is the definition of secularism? And do you think the Samajwadi Party is secular? Because when they had to send candidates to the Rajya Sabha, not one candidate was Muslim. And that was the issue raised by Owaisi ji. So how is the India alliance talking about being more secular than Prime Minister Narendra Modi?
See, Navika, when one of the chief minister from BJP run state has said that कि अगर 400 हम सीट ले आए तो ईदगाह शाही मस्जिद ढा करके मंदिर बना देंगे. काशी में जो यहाँ से मस्जिद है उसको डिमोलिश करके मंदिर बना देंगे. Is this secular? Interestingly, Prime Minister one day has said that it looks very gentle and pious and very Muslim friendly and said कि हमारे यहाँ तो ईद भी मनती थी और मुस्लिम मेरे दोस्त.
Shoaib Jamai, I want to fact check you here. I want to fact check you here. I will read out the statement of Himanta Biswa Sarma. I will read out the statement of Himanta Biswa Sarma. When the Congress asked us, why do you need 400 seats? When we got 300 seats, we built Ram Mandir, and now when we get 400 seats, Krishna Janma Bhoomi will be built and Baba Vishwanath Mandir will also be built in place of Gyan Vapi Mosque. During Congress's rule, no discussions were held in Parliament regarding POK. So nowhere has he said कि ढा के मंदिर बना दिया जाएगा. ये उन्होंने कहीं नहीं कहा है. मैं आपको फैक्ट चेक करते हैं
ना, झूठे
क्यों अभी नहीं मुझे ये बता. मैं आपको बताता हूँ. क्या अभी यहाँ से वहां पे काशी विश्वनाथ में मंदिर नहीं है? एग्जिस्ट करता है ना, वहीं पर तो पूजा होती है. और इवन कि यहाँ से अभी जो यहाँ पे शाही ईदगाह के पास जो मथुरा की जो मंदिर है वो भी तो मौजूद है. सर सुनिए ना, हमारी बात पे सुनिए प्लीज. आपके समय में नहीं बोल रहा था. देखिए, ऐसा लगता है मुझे अपनी बात कहने दीजिए कि प्राइम मिनिस्टर है एक्चुअली इन्फ्लुएंस्ड बाय ए फिल्म कॉल्ड गजनी. ही फॉरगॉट व्हाट ही हैज सेड इन जस्ट 24 hours. Then medically this term is called split personality disorder. और मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि बीजेपी ने जो ये बात अभी कही गौरव भाटिया ने कि वी एम्पावर मुस्लिम वुमेन एंड सच थिंग्स. सर मैं आपको बताता हूं, यू एम्पावर गौरक्षक टू मॉब लिंच मुस्लिम यूथ. You empower the hate brigade and Bajrang Dal to remove the hijab of Muslim girls. You empower the another community in Manipur to strip off a woman and paraded her naked. This is what you empower. और क्या बात करते हैं. मौलाना आजाद फेलोशिप खत्म कर दी गई. 5 लाख से ज्यादा मुसलमान बच्चे उससे प्रभावित हो गए. उनको फेलोशिप नहीं मिलता है, PhD में भी नहीं मिलता है और 10th में भी नहीं मिलता है. मौलाना आजाद फेलोशिप आपने खत्म की. आप कहां एम्पावर कर रहे हैं मुझे ये बता दीजिए. सवाल ये है कि हमारे पार्टी प्रेसिडेंट ने पूछा कि प्रधानमंत्री को इतना वक्त क्यों लगता है यहां से सफाई देने में, और क्यों सफाई देना. आप कहिए ना कि हाँ हमको मुसलमानों से नफरत है, आप कहिए, फिर क्यों यहां से आप सफाइयां देते फिरते हो. इसलिए ये जो इमेज पोस्चरिंग की जो कोशिश है.
गौरव भाटिया रिस्पॉन्डिंग. ईश्वरन कमिंग टू यू. गौरव भाटिया प्लीज रिस्पॉन्ड.
ऑल्सो टारगेट्स अडानी एंड अंबानी.
यू नो, पॉइंट बाय पॉइंट रिबटल. पहली बात तो ये समझ लो, प्रधानमंत्री जी सफाई देते नहीं हैं. जो देश विरोधी होते हैं ना तुम्हारे जैसे, उनकी सफाई कर देते हैं. थैंक यू नाविका फॉर फैक्ट चेकिंग. When this person was lying and he said कि ढहा के, जबकि हिमंत बिस्वा शर्मा never said that. But he needs to tell the nation today, AIMIM is the name of your party. Muslimin आता है. How is it secular? Why is it called Muslimin? ये बताओ पहले. ये खुद संविधान विरोधी है. Next, you remember triple talaq case was being heard by the Supreme Court. What did Owaisi say at that time? He was a part of All India Muslim Personal Law Board. बीच में ना बोले, शांत कराइए।
रिलीजियस नेम इन अ पार्टी,
वो शिवाजी पे है, आपको यही नहीं पता है, आप महामूर्ख हैं। वो शिवाजी पे है, अपने आर्ग्यूमेंट्स तो अच्छे लाया करो।
शिवसेना
शिवाजी पे है, आपको पता ही नहीं है, आप महामूर्ख हैं। एंड नाविका, व्हाई इज ही इंटरप्टिंग मी इन बिटवीन?
आप
प्लीज आस्क हिम टू बी क्वाइट। वर्बल डायरिया के एक्सपर्ट।
1 minute, let's not get personal. Let's
शांत।
Well. The point is here, Ishkaran Bhandari.
No, Navika, allow me to
I know, Gaurav Bhatia, but it's 9:30. I haven't yet gotten Ishkaran Bhandari. I'll come back to you. You've given a very good rebuttal, but
Okay.
let me draw in Ishkaran Bhandari.
15 seconds.
He's an
I'll make a
advocate.
quick
He's
point.
not from
That's
the BJP. I want to ask you, Ishkaran Bhandari, is the Prime Minister doing Hindu-Muslim, and is the opposition absolutely guilt-free on the issue of polarization or appeasement? Are they more secular than anybody else in this country?
Navika ji, I have patiently waited my time and I am speaking last. I hope I won't speak the least and you will give me adequate time. Firstly, let's deal with this issue squarely of secularism as well as is BJP anti-Muslim. Firstly, I think the biggest fraud on our constitution, since we are discussing every day that the constitution will be amended or not amended, is insertion of this word secular, and after that doing naked bigotry, naked appeasement and naked vote bank politics, whether it be Places of Worship Act, which specifically denies Hindus the right to even approach courts as they had attempted to draft it, or Waqf Act with its sweeping powers over land, a very important resource of the nation. So let us be very clear, the purpose of inserting the word secular was to satisfy a particular vote bank, pass all manners of law, including Shah Bano, overturning that which Supreme Court gave maintenance to a woman. If she is thrown out of her house after 20 years of marriage, she should be entitled to basic maintenance. The Rajiv Gandhi government felt, no, that is wrong. Under secularism, we will overturn it. So firstly, the evil of secularism as practiced in India needs to be exposed, as inserted in constitution needs to be exposed. Now let's come to point number 2, which is of seminal importance in this case. What is a minority in India? We have not ever defined that. Muslims are, let's say, 15% of the population. They had 43% increase from 1952, as has come out in a recent report. So 15 to 78%, roughly 1:5 ratio. What are Jains? 0.39%. A Jain to a Muslim ratio would be 1:38 ratio. This definition of minority needs to come in the constitution, where you define what is a minority. Any religion above 7%, 8% of the national population should not be a minority. It is a co-equal majority of the country. Now let's come to the third point of secularism and amendment of constitution. This word secular was proposed by Professor K.T. Shah in the Constituent Assembly debate, and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar specifically rejected it, saying what should be the policy of state, how society should be organized, social economic side of matters, which must be decided by people themselves according to time and circumstances. It cannot be laid down in constitution because it is destroying democracy itself. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar recognized that inserting these things will be destroying democracy. He was right. He had the foresight to see, because after this insertion of secular, we have seen the sort of laws framed. One last thing I will say.
The fact of the matter is, people who have believed in appeasement politics for decade after decade after decade today are writing the report card for Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
संविधान को खत्म करने की बात करते हैं, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बदलने की बात करते हैं, उनके मुंह से बी आर अम्बेडकर की बात अच्छी लगती है?
संविधान से
आप संविधान खत्म करने की बात करते हो जो लोग,
नहीं, मुझे बता दीजिए कि किसने कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन खत्म करने की बात की है? किसने कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन खत्म करने की बात की है? क्या प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी ने कभी बोला है? क्या किसी सीनियर मिनिस्टर ने बोला है? एक लीडर कहीं कुछ बोलता है, और ये सवाल भी प्रधानमंत्री से पूछा गया था। एक लीडर भी किसी ने जब बोला इस तरह से, जिसको टिकट भी नहीं मिली, उसको आप समझते हैं कि वो प्रधानमंत्री का स्टेटमेंट है? और आपकी पार्टी के चीफ भी अगर बोलते हैं कि बाबरी शहीद हुई, तो ये, और वो भी जजमेंट के बाद, और कहते हैं मुसलमानों को सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने खैरात दी, तो ये कहीं पर भी आपको नहीं लगता कि आउट ऑफ लाइन है? Question is, has the definition of secularism now been tailored only to suit the opposition? Is expressing the majority view while taking care of the minorities through every single scheme, is that supposed to be called communal? It is a basic issue that people in this country will decide. And on the 4th of June, we will know what is the real definition of communal, what is the real definition of secularism, because this bogey has been used time and time again against Narendra Modi, from the time he was chief minister to the time that he has been prime minister. 23 years in public office, yet the charges continue to be the same. Are people of India not really seeing who Narendra Modi is and what he is delivering? Do they not recognize him when they vote for him again and again and again? Well, the result of the last several elections has been his answer to his opponent. What will happen in 2024? I guess the people of India will respond. We leave it at that. Thank you very much to all my panelists joining me on debate number 1.